we start with tennis news. We're following his good start to the 2023 season, where he reached his first Grand Slam final at the Australian Open in January. South African tennis star Donald Ramphadi is hoping to use that same energy at the French Open, which is coming up. Ramphadi has high ambitions of repeating a similar feat at the second major, which gets underway next week with the wheelchair tennis section scheduled for the 28th. The 25-year-old made history down under by becoming the first South African quad wheelchair player to reach the Australian Open doubles final since Lucas Sithole in 2016. Prior to the tournament, he had never advanced past the semi-finals of a Grand Slam, but he has been in the form of his life since then, rising to an all-time high of number 5 in the world rankings. Ramphadi joins me now to reflect on his season and give us an update on how his preparations are going for the upcoming Paris Major. A very good evening, Donald, and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. How are you feeling ahead of the French Open?
Hello, hi. Thank you guys for having me. Obviously, I'm ready, to make the wave. This is going to be my second time in Roland Garros, so what we always do is that if last year we finished on the quarterfinals, this year we need to improve. Doesn't matter where we're gonna, but we just have to prove. So I'm looking forward to play amazing tennis.
To my knowledge, there's no clay courts, however, in Johannesburg for you to practice on. How have you been getting around that hurdle?
We've been having that problem for a minute now. Now I'm just used to the fact that we don't have the clay court, we don't have the grass court. So what we do is that we're just gonna train in the hard court, and then we make sure that before we play the Grand Slam, if it's clay, right, just like now it's clay, we're gonna play like a couple of tournaments, which we call them a warm-up tournament before the Roland Garros.
How did ending in the final of the World Team Cup set you up, do you feel, for a really great result in France?
For me to get to the finals, it actually unlocked that part of me whereby I tell myself that you can do this, you're one of them, it's possible. So for me to get to the finals, it actually made me realize that I can actually do it. So, I'm super ready for the Paralympics next year, because the other time I couldn't go to the Olympics because of I was just like 2 spots away. So, I'm very ready, to get a medal of any color.
What are your expectations for France?
A medal of any color.
Can you tell us a little bit about your time in Portugal with Lucas Sithole as part of the World Team Cup? You guys did very well there.
Yeah, Lucas Sithole has been around for a moment now. He has experience and all that. When I came to join the quad division, he was there, and now that I'm sharing a quad with him, it's great, especially after what happened to him, and now seeing him coming, playing willingly. So it's actually nice to see him back on court. So it was a good experience. It's always a good experience to share a court with Lucas.
You've had a really great season. What's clicked for you this year? What changed?
Obviously we've been working in couple of things. As I said, it's all about improving. So there's this couple of things that we were looking at, especially with mental toughness. It's something that we've been working on too much, because my tennis it was much of aggressive tennis. So there's some players who like when you're playing aggressively, they just block the ball like that, and it's like you killing yourself. So we were working on being able to like change the game and all that. So we're working on too much of mentally and mental toughness.
Being in a wheelchair, one would think that you would be a little more cautious when approaching the game. How are you able to get over that challenge?
from my side, as I said the other time when I had the interview, that I always think about my struggle. I always think about where I'm coming from. I always think about my son. These are all things that they make me go out there and do best. So every time when obviously when we go inside the match, you have to get those nerves. If you don't get the nerves, then it means that whatever that you're doing is not important. So it's like that. I always think about where I'm coming from, my struggle, and all that. They always push me to do better.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay. So I'm from Tanin. It's like the villages and all that. So my mother, she's the one that was taking care of us alone until she passed on in 2011. So right now it's like me and my two sisters and obviously my son. So yeah, we're not that big. Yeah, but yeah.
And how did you get involved in wheelchair tennis?
So what happened is in my previous school, because a social worker took me there. It was a special school, disability school. So I went there. I never thought I would see myself playing tennis. I always thought that tennis is for the white. Tennis is for white people. But one day I was very bored. I didn't know what to do. I don't even remember if I had homeworks or whatever. But yeah, I just didn't know what to do. But while I was just walking around, I saw Patrick Celebert. He's one of the development officer. He was actually recruiting players. And then that's when I was like, since I'm not doing anything, let me just go and see what's up. And then we went with them, and then I tried it out, and then I was told that I had a talent from the start. Then I was like, which one is this one now? Because I didn't know. I didn't see myself playing tennis. So from there, my teacher were monitoring me to go practice. And for me to when I got that competing feeling in tennis, that's when I knew that this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Because before I got sick, before I can like use a chair, before I can be disabled, I used to play soccer a lot. So the fact that I couldn't play soccer, I couldn't compete anymore, I was on a chair, I couldn't do anything. It really hurt me a lot. So when I got that feeling of competing again, I just knew right away that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
From Zanin to the tennis world and all around the globe. Thank you very much, Donald Ramphadi, South Africa's top wheelchair quad player.